Super Mario RPG, it is the only one just for me. You ever look at something you thought was long lost? Something you had completely given up on, make a triumphant return, and it makes you say, I used to pray for times like this. That is currently how I feel with Mario RPGs.
Before anyone asks, yes, this video is 100% inspired over my excitement for the Mario remakes that have been announced. Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. I can't put into words how happy I am these are a thing. But more than just what these games mean to me, it's also what they represent, why their existence matters so much. You see, Mario is the quintessential video game icon. When the average person hears that name, they'll most likely think about this plumber who goes bling bling woohoo while stomping on turtles and saving a princess. That is what Mario is best known for, and that's totally fine. Even with the simplicity in both story and gameplay, Mario has managed to deliver a plethora of amazing games that have stuck with us for years. You have the classics, 1, 3, World, but you also have the likes of 64 and Sunshine, and even spin-offs like Mario Party and so on and so on. These games are amazing titles that, for the most part, stay in line with what people expect from Mario. But when Mario steps out from that norm, that becomes something incredibly special. Not just because it's different, but because they show the potential of what the Mario universe can be and what it can do. That's why moments such as turning into a T-Rex or meeting regular people in Odyssey had such strong impact on fans. That's why Rosalina's backstory is considered one of the best moments in the Mario franchise, or why people love the ghosts from Luigi's Mansion so much. Hell, that's why I became a huge fan of YouTube poops, because there's no way you're ever seeing stuff like this in a Mario game.
Spaghetti, 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 spaghetti.
Okay, I was joking with that, but my point is, those moments, they're different, sure, but they are so well done. Mario RPGs used to embody that idea at full capacity. At their core, they were still the Super Mario we know and love, but they always had something unique and so attractive about them. These games were never afraid to try something out of the ordinary. And quite frankly, I think Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door are the perfect examples of that. Maybe Super Paper Mario 2, but right now I want to focus on these two because again, they're getting remakes. Super Mario RPG is honestly such a bizarre game. I remember the first time I played it. One of my cousins had a hacked PSP that could run emulators, and Super Mario RPG was there! And it was in German too, but that's besides the point. Just by looking at it, the game had such a different tone from everything I knew Mario for, even from Paper Mario 64. This even led me to believe that I was playing some sort of fan game or a hack or something because I was confused by what I was watching. But that didn't mean I disliked it. The game left such an impact on me on its first minutes that eventually, some months later, I will finally be able to play it on the Wii Virtual Console. And from there, I will just continue to fall more and more in love with it. Because my first impression of the game was only the first few minutes until Exor drops on the castle. But once I could finally play it myself, I will be amazed by the amount of bizarre creatures I could find. From lizardmen, ghosts wearing boots, weird carrots, and goddamn mammoth skeletons. It was amazing because I could never know what to expect next. But even with the strange creatures I could find, it never stopped feeling like Mario because I will still come across the occasional Goomba, Shy Guy, Wiggler, or Donkey Kong in chains. Super Mario RPG stood out in how it could perfectly balance both sides of the coin, and both sides could end up surprising me. Take in mind the Mario stuff. Just the sole fact that Princess Peach and Bowser were playable characters with their own weapons and movesets was a huge surprise for me. But you also had amazing newcomers such as Mallow and Geno, and you can't deny the popularity of the latter. People love the hell out of Geno, and I think Smash Bros fans can confirm that. It's their favorite character from a game they've never played. But above all else, I think that the most important part is that despite all the crazy, bizarre and original stuff it has, it never loses its identity. I can still tell you it has so much charm, personality and soul. Everything in this game, even the new original stuff, still feels part of the Mario universe. Maybe except for Cool X, but that's also kinda the intent of the character. Every moment in this game is filled with so much whimsy, the dialogue is so entertaining, and it is borderline impressive how expressive the characters are for an SNES game. Like, everyone is great, but you can't help but appreciate the little details in their sprites to reflect their emotions. Mario in particular is the best at this because he never talks, but you can still know what he's saying. Who can forget that iconic scene where he transforms into other characters to tell the Toads what happened at the castle? It's great! And Super Mario RPG is full of those moments. The game is weird, but it's also very funny, clever, and of course, fun. This is a game that gave me a ton of wonderful memories. From everything I just talked about to the adventure itself. It was an experience that never let me go from beginning to end. I remember at school I will get anxious just to get out and continue playing it. And it will surprise me every time with tons of fantastic moments. From knowing the mysterious Mallow and Gino, helping Bowser climb Booster's tower, seeing Valentina have the most insane jiggle physics I've seen in a game, fighting the XM Rangers on top of a volcano, and even after beating Smithy and finishing the game, I still went back to do all remaining side quests, find the best weapons and equipment in the game, culminating with a battle against the very difficult Cool X, becoming the first time I ever defeated a super boss in a JRPG. This game is very special because it wasn't afraid to do something different. And that's why I still remember it so many years after beating it. And that's why it is one of the few JRPGs I've replayed many times. It is that good. And in a way, I can pretty much say the same stuff about Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. This is a game that has every positive thing I just said about Super Mario RPG. It may not be as weird and bizarre as the latter, but I think it compensates for that by being more epic. One of Thousand Year Door's biggest strengths is its story, which is already surprising for a Mario game. But what I love the most about this story is how memorable each and every single chapter is. Every chapter is a completely different adventure that will stay with you for different reasons. From the prologue, I was so fascinated with how different Rockport is from the Mushroom Kingdom. I mean, there's a reason people are surprised the news is still in the remake. From the fantastic Chapter 3 that is like a tournament arc. Then, there's solving mysterious threats on a train in Chapter 6. And then, you have Chapter 7 having one of the most frustrating padding I've seen in a Mario game. But it's okay, cause it compensates for that by shooting Mario to the moon and being able to listen to one of the greatest songs in the whole franchise. And that's not even counting the fantastic intermissions of Bowser getting involved with the aftermath of what Mario did, or Peach bonding with Tech while learning what the X-Nuts are up to. I love this story. It's not the deepest or the most complex to have ever existed, but it's so good. So damn enjoyable. It is different from what I can expect from Mario, but this one has so much substance that it makes every moment worth experiencing. And just like Super Mario RPG, it never loses its main identity. It's still filled with so much charm and personality, from the dialogue, the moment-to-moments, and of course, the characters themselves. And this is another point I really wanna make. You know what makes me the happiest about these RPG remakes? The fact that once again we can see creative character designs in the Mario universe. I'm sure you've seen this image before. The comparison of Toads in the first two Paper Mario games and the modern Paper Mario Toads. This one, of course, is a huge exaggeration. There is some diversity in modern Paper Mario. But come on, it doesn't even remotely come close to how much soul the first games have with the character designs. Let me set up an example. This is your run-of-the-mill Koopa from the modern games. Is it an enemy? Is it an NPC? I don't know! There's no way to figure that out at a glance. So let's see how the first games handled that. Here's an average Koopa. Can you tell if it's an NPC or an enemy? Maybe not, but that's when this other Koopa shows up. Oh, now you can tell this one does whatever the hell he pleases. That's clearly an enemy, while the other is an NPC. But what about this one Koopa that is more unique than all the other Koopas in the series? That's clearly an important character, and same thing, Kami Koopa, she gives spies of an evil witch, she must be an important part of Bowser's army, and sure, that is the case! And that's where Paper Mario used to excel at. Goomba, give it a cute coat of paint, and bam! The super popular Goombella. Here's a bomb, bam! Now it is a cool and experienced sailor. But Paper Mario didn't stop with pre-established stuff. It wasn't afraid to make up its own species and characters. What about a giant paper dragon? What about a floating pirate skeleton? A really cool luchador bird? Whatever the hell this is. Or new fantastic lovable allies such as Vivian. And you're not gonna deny me, she's very beloved among Mario fans. All of these things made the Mario universe much more diverse, charming and engaging. Like, yeah, you can bring up the excuse of, ooh, but Paper Mario still has great dialogue nowadays. Yeah, it does. For as much as I hate Sticker Star, I can't deny it had fun jokes. But that's the best thing I can say. I did not give a damn about a single NPC. I did not care for the story in the slightest, and, well, it's been more than 10 years since I last played this game, and there's only one thing I can tell you about it. I hated it so much that I have never been motivated to try the sequels. Are they good? I mean, maybe, I've seen people say good things about them, but these games just don't grab my attention at all, because even if I watch footage of them or whatever, they don't have that charm, that uniqueness that made me a Paper Mario fan. I could be wrong on this, but they just look like another Mario game of the bunch, and if that's the main impression I get, then that's not really a good thing. So, why do these Mario remakes matter so much? It is my hope that these games succeed, I hope they sell well, and I hope that people can see what makes them so special. This is even more important for the 1000-year door, because before this remake was announced, the only ways in which you could play it was through emulation or by burning a lot of money. Now, with this remake, more people will have easier access to this masterpiece. But most importantly, I hope Nintendo can look at these remakes and realize that yes, you can deviate from your standard designs. Yes, you're allowed to make new original characters and species. And yes, Mario can have stories that go beyond saving Princess Peach. You know, for the longest time, I've come to accept that the Mario RPGs I came to love were long gone. Super Mario RPG will obviously never get a direct sequel. Mario and Luigi have been dead since its Studio Alpha dream shut down. And modern Paper Mario is... modern Paper Mario. But seeing these remakes come to life and have what made them so special and touched, that gives me hope for the future. The Mario IP has infinite potential, so it honestly disappoints me that Nintendo nowadays prefers to stick with the same old, same old. And I mean, that's not always a terrible thing, but when you do it so often, it's so tiring and it's devoid of any magic. It's like the original roster of Mario Kart 8. It was the biggest at the time, sure, but it was so bad. There were the standard racers, okay, fine, but the newcomers were like the opposite of exciting. More babies, Pink Golden Peach, the Koopalings, god, you have no idea how much I hate the Koopalings, I'm so damn tired of them. They added more, but it came at the cost of unique and more interesting picks, like the Kongs, Birdo, Rob, you know, actually diverse characters. They honestly fixed this issue with DLC, as long as they weren't adding more unnecessary Marios and Peaches. But my point is, Nintendo has to realize that, yeah, we love Mario and all his friends, but that's not the only thing we want. I mean, just look at our reaction to the last Mario Kart expansion.
Wave 6.
A Kong! Okay!
Alright, first.
Funky! Oh, yeah! Oh, Funky Bros, we're so back! We're so...
Pauline!
Oh, fine, I'll take that. I'm so...
And also...
Oh! Whatever. Yeah.
Notice the genuine excitement over different characters that aren't just more Marios and Peaches. I really wish that in the near future, this company and these directors dare to be more original with the characters and worlds they bring to the table. And I genuinely hope that these RPG remakes become a stepping stone to bring back that era where Nintendo wasn't afraid to be different with Mario.
Mario is cool, but he can be cooler. Now I wanna know, what do you think about this topic? Have you played classic Mario RPGs before? Would you love to see Nintendo get a bit more crazy with the Mario IP? If so, then please let me know in the comments. And while you do that, thank you so much for your time. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to support the channel, you know, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, or Patreon, that will mean so much to me. Have a wonderful day, take care, I'll see you next time, and I really hope to give this Mario RPG Remakes a chance. You will not regret it. You have my word on that.